Hey guys, welcome back to G&G Tactical and Outdoors. We're going to skip the intro. We're just going to dive right into today's discussion, which is let's discuss pocket clips for our favorite knives. Now, this is a small sample of my personal collection. A couple of these we do sell, like the Spartan and the Chaves and the Curtis knives and the Tactile Turn and Sharp by design. But some of these other ones are from my personal collection. So what we're going to discuss is basically the different design features. I'll point out which one is my favorite, the advantages and disadvantages of some of the brands. So let's first start off with the Benchmade. We're just going to go for the top. We're going to go start from left to right for the top row. Then we'll get into the down row. So first, let's look at the Benchmade. So right off the bat, we see that it's got the Benchmade logo stamped on it. But what I don't like about this type of clip system is the raised screws. That tends to snag on pocket clips, at least based upon my personal experience. So that is one disadvantage of this particular pocket clip that I don't like. It's got a nice ramp, so easy slide-in access to your pants pocket. This one is fairly pliable. It's probably because I've actually carried this knife. Some of the newer Benchmade knives, they have a lot of resistance where you kind of have to break it in. But again, this is just a very simple design. Now, obviously with all these brands, there may be some slight tweaks on the clip based upon the, how should I say, based upon, I guess, either the class level or the rarity of the knife. So for some of the more custom knives, you may find that they use a different type of metal or perhaps mounting system. But in this particular case, this is just one of the blue class knives that you can get every day from Benchmade's website. And so I believe this is a more of a stainless steel. And also, let's point out too, the reversibility factor. So if you're a left-handed carry knife person, you can remove the screws on this Benchmade and pop it in on the other side, and boom, now you're ready for left-hand carry. Moving on, we've got the Hinderer XM18. I've actually got a screw missing here. I had changed out the clips, but I haven't had a chance to I was in the middle of changing another one out. So, but anyway, with the Hinderer clips, those, there's not reversible as far as like a left-hand carry. But in Hinderer's case, you have either a tip down or a tip up carry. So in this particular case, I prefer carrying it tip up, meaning when this is inside my pants pocket, the tip of the knife is facing up. By default, the Hinderer knives have the clip on this side and the fuller tab is on this side, and it's a tip down carry. The reason why that they ship it out that way is because that's Rick Hinderer's personal preference. So I would assume, based upon the pictures that I've seen of other guys carry knives, most customers actually switch the fuller tab to the opposite side. So the advantages with the Hinderer knives is that they come out with different designs. So you can get, this particular case, I've got the cross made by Classy Raptor Tactical in San Antonio. And Rick will do other designs. I'm sure you've seen like the year, so like 2024, they'll do they just have different designs, so like their battle series as well. So what's cool about the Hinderers is that they're kind of like Legos. You can configure it any way you want. What's nice about this clip, so it is very rigid. Again, it has that same kind of upward ramp as the Benchmade, and this particular case, it's got the cutout, and some of the clips you can actually get it without the cutout while it's full, and it has a different design that's on there. So there's Steel Flame. That's one of the manufacturers that they do their own custom design. So it could be like a koi pond fish, or maybe it's the Crusader series. So there's just different designs that you can go with. With the Benchmade, this is pretty much what you're gonna get. Just vanilla. That's your standard clip. But with Hinderer, at least you got options. All right, moving on. So we've got the Spartan SHF Harsey. In this particular case, most of the clips that I've seen will have this standard arrow that's designed within the clip. And again, what's nice about this one, similar to the Benchmade, you can reverse it. So you can move the fuller tab from this side to this side and then the clip to here, and boom, again, you have a left-hand carry. The problem with that is though, is if you are left-hand carry, that clip, let's see if I do an imaginary switcheroo here to this side, is that it covers the design. And that really takes away from the aesthetics, the beauty, I think, of Spartan. So again, if you're left-hand carry, you're kind of screwed where you can't really see the design because that clip now impedes the way. So that is kind of one of the disadvantages when you go with a Spartan. Assuming that you've got a design, there's the basic model where it's just the titanium without any design, and in that case, fine. You know, I can see, you know, if you're left-hand carry and that's your everyday carry, you're gonna want that on here. But I don't know if you're lefty and you put this on this side, how that actually interacts with the finish on this side. Does it scratch, or is there just no wear and tear from the daily, you know, in and out use? If you're left-handed Spartan blades carry, let me know what happens if you move the clip to this side and if you encounter any wear and tear. All right, moving on to the next one, we've got Demko. So similar platform as far as the Benchmade, where it's got the raised head screws. And the only problem, though, is that you cannot use the same clip. Demko does have a left-handed carry clip that's available. If you're a lefty, you can call them up. They've got several left-handed configurations. So basically, it's symmetrical to the opposite side. So instead of the screws being like this way, it's going to be on this side. So that way you can mount it on this system. Overall, the patterns, unlike like the Spartan, it's depends. Some of them will have like the full titanium, where it could be either solid, or you may have G10 patterns. So it really doesn't take away from the design if you move the clip to this side as opposed to being on the other side. So this does have a nice, again, very similar style as the Benchmade and the Spartan, where it's got kind of this bump here, but it's got a nice durability, nice pliability as well. And, you know, just simple stainless steel. I have not seen Demko have a custom clip yet. It may be on their, you know, over $2,000 custom knives that they carry at Blade Show. I haven't seen one in person. It's been a while since I've seen one. So I'm not sure if that one is titanium or not. But this, I'd have to double check. I'm not entirely sure if the Demko clip is stainless steel or titanium material. All right, moving on. So this one is my personal favorite as far as the clip design goes. This is from Andre Deveer, ADV Tactical. He's based in South Africa, but he has a plant or a shop that he's trying to move over to Florida. So I know he does occupy some residence there in Florida. Anyway, they have different, I have different models. I can't go through all of the different configurations, but this is the one that I carry regularly. This is the Alpha S, so the Alpha short model. So what's cool, I picked this up at Blade Show several years ago. What I like about this, we're gonna see if we can show you the design. It's got that beautiful pattern, kind of like a geometrical shape pattern. Has some notches here that you can just barely, let's see, there we go, that you can just barely see. And it's got this nice curvature, so it follows the flow of the handle. So rather than stick out and be in the way of this cutout handle, Andre did an awesome job where he comes this way, comes down, and then across. So it follows the flow beautifully of the show side handle. So what I like about this is that it has a ball. I don't know if you can see that, kind of a ramp. This makes it so much easier putting it in and out of the pocket than some of the other clips that some of the other knives that I've carried. And this has not left any marks or any tears on my jean pocket pants. Here's another view. So here it's got that set screw where that ball is inserted. And then on the other side, you can barely see the screw that holds it in on the other side. This clip is not reversible. It's for right-hand carry only. So that is a disadvantage, is that if you're a lefty, you can't move it to the other side. So again, the two pluses that I really like is just I like that it's different. It's got a nice, beautiful design on the clip, which matches the inlay on the inside, which is it's kind of difficult to see here. But just take my word for it. So it's got the same design, and it's got that ball ramp. All right, so we're about halfway done. So let's move on to the Medford. So again, Medford, they have different clips depending upon the different model that you carry. This one is a Praetorian Slim Flipper knife. And here is the very basic clip. So as opposed to some of the other knives where the pinhead screw is like right in line with the clip, what I like about this is that it's on the outside here. So when you put it in your pants pocket, it's not going to be caught up in the screws. So Medford did a real nice job on that one. So again, in this particular case, the clip is different that you'll see from other Medford knives like their Scout, the Marauder, etc. But in this particular case, it's got a just nice thin, very lightweight clip. Got a nice ramp there. So just very simplistic design. This one is pretty tough. As you can see here, it's got a lot of resistance to it. So this one does take some break-in period to put in and out of your pants pocket. But I'd rather have something that's strong than loose, where you kind of feel like it's not snug. So then this one, I believe, is anodized. So this, I believe, is titanium clip. Next one that we have here on the table is the Chaves knife. So again, there's different variations of the Chaves. Chaves is one of the few manufacturers, or only one that I can think of off the top of my head, that offers two different clips. You can get the skull clip comes standard, but he also has a popsicle clip that you can install. So it kind of depends upon your preference. If you like skulls, you can obviously leave it alone, but if you don't like skulls, you can get the popsicle clip. But it's kind of like, well, then why buy a Chaves knife? That's his logo. That's what he's known for, is the skull clip. Some of the designs have the screws that are mounted here on the outside, and they screw inward. Some of the other models, this will be flat, and you'd have to separate it to see how the screws actually come on the inside to screw it down, which is nice. It's a nice cleaner look because it just goes away. So it's like you just have less hardware showing. And I carry the Scapegoat Chaves knife, and I can tell you that the clips are extremely tough as well, where they do take time to break in, and they are aggressive and they are rough on the pants pockets. So again, you have the positivity is that you've got, the strength in the clip, but the downside is that, yeah, it's probably going to snag, and it's a little bit, this is difficult to get out of the pants pocket. It also has that huge, stopper, I guess. I don't know how to describe that, just basically where the clip touches the frame. That point, it's just very, very aggressive. But at least once you put it in your pants pocket, it's not going anywhere. Moving on to the next one, we've got the Curtis. This is the F3 compact size. So the design, again, very similar to the Medford in that it's got this ramp, and then the clip just kind of sticks out. So with the Curtis knives, they are not reversible. So what you get, these are righties unless he makes a lefty. I'm not sure if he makes a lefty or not, but in this case, it's the righty. So what Curtis is known for is that kind of crosshair pattern on the clip, as well as this this cross or plus symbol on the pivot. But you can easily identify any Curtis. I've yet to see any other brand that has the crosshairs on the clip. So right away, you know that it's a Curtis. This looks to be titanium, as it's anodized purple, similar to the hardware as well as the color of the frame. So depending upon the length of the handle and the overall knife, will determine the length of the clip. So on the medium and large, the clips are a little bit longer. So this is kind of like just nicely proportional to the shape of the blade. As you can see, it's got some pliability, so this is outstanding. This is really nice and smooth to be able to carry in and out of your pants pocket. I have not had any issue carrying this one whatsoever. So it's got just enough pliability where it's going to stay on your pants pocket and not fall out. All right, we're almost there. Next one that we've got is the ProTech. So this is the Malibu flipper knife here. And so the clip is, nice, simple, clean. It's basically sterile. There's no marking of a designer or a logo of any sort. It's just very simple and plain. It's got the recessed pan head screws in there. Let's see if we can get that. There you go. So it's just nice and flush. So again, the advantage with this one is that those screws are not going to obviously catch on your pants pocket as you're pulling it out. The pliability on this is very strong, and what's interesting is that you've got a lot of this this distance here before you get to the actual curvature part, and it presses down. So real quickly, let me just compare with the Medford. So I guess the stopping point or the holding point on a Medford is closer to the tip of the clip versus the Malibu, where it's more in the middle right here where that curves. Again, very pliable, very easy to carry. Have yet to have any issues with this one as well. It's got the nice cutout. Again, the clips are going to vary depending upon the model of the ProTech. Moving on, we have a Tactile Turn Rockwall knife. So this is a very lightweight titanium knife. As you can see, the clip is integrated into the frame. So on the inside, if you were to take this apart and move the back spacer, you'll see that there are screws. Let's see if we can see this here. You can't really see it, but there's a cutout on this inside where it just basically is recessed into, and then it's held in place together by the screw on this side here. So it clamps it all together. So again, it's a smaller knife, so very similar. Kind of did this on purpose where it kind of went from, medium-sized folder to smaller folders. So again, it's all very proportional to the size of the, to the knife. But here it's just a very simple clip. So it's got the nice cutout, reduces the weight. As you can see, that ramp. It's got some nice pliability as well, not loose and sturdy. Finally, we've got the Sharp by Design Derecho knife. This is new for 2024. And as you can see here, so it's, as I had mentioned with the Chaves knives, where you had some models where the screws come in this way and they're exposed. In this particular case, the one screw looks like is on the inside of the frame and it just goes in. So that's nice, presents a very sleek, elegant design. All you see are the two screws on this side and then the pivot as well. What's nice about the Sharp by Design is that it's got this nice elongated clip, just very smooth and elegant. Here from this side, you can see it's got that nice ramp, just very beautiful, sexy design. And it's also very tough as well. And so this one may take a little bit to break into, but again, it's got that nice tension, so it's not going to go anywhere. I would assume that this is stainless steel as well. But anyway, there you have it. So these are the different clips within the different brands of the knives. So let us know what you guys think. Have you guys found a perfect clip, whether if it's aftermarket? I think there's one called Lynch. They make different clips that are aftermarket for different brands like Spyderco. But if you've got a favorite model where you just absolutely love the clip, let us know down below. Leave a comment. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Definitely follow us and give us some feedback. We'd love to know what you guys think about your clip on your particular knife. Until then, you guys have a good one and happy Father's Day.